Perfect. Okay, welcome everybody. Tonight we're going to be talking about building a strong immune system. So thank you for being here this evening. I'm going to try and keep this within about 40 minutes. There's actually a lot of material being covered tonight, a lot of topics, but really because when it comes to our immune system, there's no one quick fix. It really comes down to a whole lot of factors in building a strong immune system. So I really want to make sure that I'm giving you a full understanding of how those factors are going to help support you and what you can be doing on a daily basis to build that immune system stronger. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jenn J. I'm an Advanced Holistic Nutritionist. I have a strong belief in the healing power of food. For the last 17 years, I have had a hormone imbalance that has caused me to struggle significantly. And through that journey, I discovered that food can actually have a healing effect on my own emotions and my own hormone imbalances, so that I'm actually now living a symptom-free life. So I am now in control of my hormones and not the other way around. And that journey has actually inspired me to help women experience the same journey and just take back control of their lives and of their bodies, and understanding how the different aspects of our lifestyle can be, supporting them in their goals or actually hindering them. And of course, I take a really good look at a long-term lifestyle solution, because we didn't get to be sick or unwell or have these symptoms overnight. This doesn't happen overnight. And so it really has to come, healing and progress and goal success has to come from a long-term solution, something that is adaptable and easy to assimilate into your lifestyle, and something that you can commit to on a regular basis that doesn't feel like work, that actually makes you feel good and makes you want to do the commitment. So, like I said, tonight we're talking about building a strong immune system. I do just want to add a quick disclaimer here, and that the information that I'm sharing here is not replacing the recommendations of your medical practitioner. And it's also not diagnosing, treating, or curing any known or unknown illnesses or diseases. The information I'm sharing with you tonight is simply for educational purposes. If you have further questions, I'd be happy to jump on a discovery call with you, or refer you to an appropriate medical practitioner who can help you, okay? Now, what is the immune system? We hear this word everywhere, and I feel like it has been in the media now more than ever. So what is it? Let's break it down, okay? The immune system is what protects our body from outside invaders such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and toxins. It is made up of the different organs, cells, and proteins within our body that work together. And interestingly enough, is that our large intestine actually plays an incredibly important role in our immune system functioning properly by helping in the production of antibodies. Now, antibodies are essentially our internal warriors. They are what is helping us fight off these bacteria and these viruses and these fungi and these toxins. They are inside of our body. They are produced in our large intestine, or a good amount of them are produced in our large intestine, and are what are helping us to have a good immune system. Now, there's two main parts of our immune system. There's the innate immune system, which is the one that we are born with. And then there is the adaptive immune system. And this is the one that we develop as we age, as our body is exposed to different microbes, bacteria, chemicals, and fungi and viruses and toxins, okay? Now, these two immune systems actually work together. You can't have one without the other if you want a strong immune system. As you can see here in the image, there are a handful of organs that contribute to the production and regulation of our immune system. We've got our tonsils, our thymus, our lymph nodes, our appendix, bone marrow even, our lymphatic nodes and vessels, the Peyer's patch, the spleen. These are all contributing factors or various areas of our body that are supporting a good immune system, okay? Now, what weakens our immune system, right? Like we hear that, oh, I've got a weak immune system, or we hear people who are immunocompromised, or we hear of people who have a strong immune system, but what is it that's actually weakening our immune system? This is just a handful of the different types of situations that we run into on a daily basis as we live our busy lives that actually contribute to weakening our immune system. And the best part about it is that these are actually capable, they're reversible, right? So these are controllable factors that we have in our lifestyle that we can say, enough is enough. I'm taking a stand. I'm going to strengthen my immune system, and I'm no longer going to let these components weaken it. So, for example, a high-fat diet. That's because this interferes with white blood cells, and generally a high-fat diet contains less proteins. Proteins are essential for building a strong immune system. Too little time outdoors. Plants actually make a component that we breathe in that reacts chemically within our body to boost our immune system. So spending more time outdoors in a natural environment. A lack of sleep. So our antibodies are actually only produced during sleep. So if you are not getting a minimum of 7 hours of sleep a night, or if you are getting disrupted sleep, or you have a long time falling asleep, and so the length of your sleep is shortened, or the quality of your sleep is lessened, you are not producing enough antibodies to protect your body and to boost your immune system. So also low vitamin D. Sun energizes our T cells. Our T cells are basically our antibodies, okay? And so when we have good exposure to vitamin D, we are energizing these cells so that they are basically electronically charged to start to combat any toxins or bacteria and microbes that we are exposed to. A lack of exercise is also weakening our immune system. So regular aerobic exercise is helping distribute oxygenated blood full of white blood cells and antibodies, okay? And these are supporting our immune system. The white blood cells and the antibodies are our war system. They are our army. They are supporting, protecting, and healing us. But also too, regular aerobic exercise produces endorphins, which lower stress. And as you can see here in the lower level here, stress and anxiety weaken our immune system. And in fact, it's been shown now in studies that anxious thoughts can actually weaken our immune system or our immune response in just 30 minutes. So imagine, living your life where you're actually very anxious all the time. Your body never has that opportunity to get ahead of the immune response that is continuously being weakened when you're under large amounts of stress or you have a lot of anxiety. And then, of course, the types of foods that we eat are also contributing. So caffeine and canned soups, cereal bars, processed grains, processed foods, high intake of refined sugars, processed oils, and sodium are also weakening our immune system. These are food-like products that are not recognized by our body at a cellular level as nutrients, and unfortunately, our body actually recognizes them as an invader. And so our body goes into a hyper state of fight or flight. And a fight or flight is essentially where our body recognizes there is something foreign, something wrong within the body at a cellular level, and it begins to fight. It sends out those antibodies. It sends out, that immune response and these white blood cells to fight that invader, okay? And also too, not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are key to helping make our white blood cells. So if we're not getting enough sleep and we are not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and we are filling up on processed foods, and we are eating high-fat diets, we are not providing our bodies at a cellular level the systems that it needs in order to create, produce, manage, and even regulate our white blood cells. Now, how do we actually know if our immune system is weakened? So some of the indicators, and this isn't an indication that you would have an immune system, a weakened immune system, or there may be other symptoms on here that you experience that would indicate it that aren't listed. But generally, we tend to come in and find a lot of these types of symptoms when we have a weakened immune system. So one of them, you have a high stress level all the time. You can be pretty sure that you're going to have a weakened immune system. If you are always catching a cold, or your symptoms are lasting longer than average, or even your symptoms are keeping you in bed or like just physically drained for more than 2 to 3 days, it's quite possible your immune system is not as strong as it could be. If you have a lot of stomach issues such as bloating and gas, constipation, diarrhea, these are common because why? The large intestine is responsible for creating so much of our antibodies. And so if we are not creating those within our body in the right place and with the right amount, we are more likely to have stomach issues, because it means that there is stuff going on in our stomach that it shouldn't be. Our wounds are slow to heal. We have frequent infections such as skin infections and pneumonia, bronchitis. And then one of the biggest ones, actually, the biggest two that a lot of my clients that I work with experience is fatigue and achy joints. Okay, these are two really big ones that would indicate that you may have a weakened immune system. And then, of course, 4 or more infections a year, ear infections. So if you are getting ear infections on a regular basis, you quite likely have a weakened immune system. Now, how do we protect our immune system? I think it would be a fair statement to say, and you can go ahead and go in the comments and correct me if you feel that I'm wrong, but I think it's a fair statement to say that one of the biggest and scariest immune attacks on our body is cancer. So if you disagree with me, go ahead and put it in the comments. I won't take offense to it. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. I think it's one of the most aggressive and most scariest aspects and illnesses that can attack our immune system. But research, like recent research, is indicating that part of the strength of certain foods against cancer comes from their effects on the immune system. So what that means is that certain foods are strengthening our immune system, and that means that our immune system is now in a better position to fight off cancers, okay? So when cancer cells arise, our white blood cells must recognize that they are abnormal and destroy them. And these cells work much better when they are well nourished and they do not have to cope with an excess of fat in the bloodstream. So not having a high fat diet, not having a lot of excess body fat percentage on your body, making sure that your cells your body at a cellular level is well nourished is going to build that immune defense from one of the most aggressive and scariest immune attacks we can experience in our lifetime. So after all that, how do we build a strong immune system? What can we be doing on a daily basis? Well, let's have a look. We can eat more fruits and veggies, grains, legumes, because they're not just low in fat, but they're also containing nutrients such as beta carotene, vitamin C and E, selenium, all of which have been shown to boost immune function. We can be eating healthy proteins. These are helping to produce the antibodies that help protect our body from infections and strengthen our immune system. We can exercise regularly, strengthening the immune system, making one better able to eliminate errant cells, okay, or foreign cells. Probiotics and moderate intake of fermented food is going to help build a healthy gut, and a healthy gut is going to contribute to a stronger immune system because our stomach is in a good, healthy place to produce the antibodies that we need. Essential fatty acids, they are essential for immune and nervous system functioning in children. So if you were starting to think about your children going back to school in September, having spent 7 months, 8 months at home, 7 months at home for the last pretty much all of 2020, and not actually building their immune system because they have not been exposed to people, they have not been exposed to toxins and microbes, I don't know about you, but I personally am starting to be a little bit nervous for my daughter's immune system because she has not had that ability to build and strengthen her immune system through just general contact with microbes. So ensuring that your children have a healthy source of essential fatty acids is going to help build and strengthen that immune response. Vitamin C is boosting our immune system. I think this is the one we all know about, right? Oh, you're sick, take a vitamin C. But it's also aiding in iron absorption. And iron is so important for how our body regulates our immune system, okay? Zinc is helping to maintain a strong immune system. Vitamin E, vitamin D, all of the, or a lot of the citrusy fruits and vegetables, and even ones that are really high in antioxidants, such as beets and kale and strawberries and ginger. Those all help support a healthy immune system. Folic acid is another one. Vitamin A, intentionally reducing our stress and getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, Jen, I kind of already knew all that. This is what everybody says to live a healthy lifestyle. But yes, that's exactly it. These are the things we should be doing on a daily basis to build a healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. So to build that immune system. And when you are supporting your body internally at a cellular level, giving it specifically the nutrition that it needs, the rest that it needs, the lack of stress, and the lifestyle externally, so such as your exercise, you are building a strong immune system. Because really, our bodies were not designed to work out of balance. We're supposed to be pretty healthy, and we're supposed to feel good, and we're not supposed to be tired, and we shouldn't have mood swings, and we shouldn't be, fatigued and brain fogged and really sluggish, and we shouldn't have issues sleeping. And yet we do. Why? Because really, our immune systems are really overloaded with the amount of toxins in our environment now. And unfortunately, that just really plays a heavy burden on our immune system to constantly trying to fight against all of these, invaders. And so when we are really committing to doing what it takes to be healthy and supporting our body internally, this is when we really start to see good results, when we start to have that good immune response, when we have a strong immune system, and when we start to, have more energy and get sick less often, or maybe you do catch a cold, but the symptoms don't last as long and you're just powering through as if nothing's wrong. And you're sleeping better. Like, these are all things that would indicate to you that you have a strong immune system, and that you are building internally what your body needs to survive and to thrive, not just survive, but to thrive. Okay. So here are a couple of suggestions on how you can get some of those nutrients, okay? This is like kind of my favorite part as a nutritionist personally. So, okay, so you're welcome to take a screenshot of this page if you would like, but you can see here based on ages, the recommended daily intake for protein, iron, and zinc, which are 3 main components that are gonna help support your immune system through like just building antibodies, blood circulation, energy levels. There's a whole component into all those 3. But these are the daily recommended amount you want to eat. And here on the side are just a handful of sources that you can eat on a regular basis that are going to provide you with those, okay? So if everybody has gotten their screenshot, I am going to skip over this and move into here. Here is a handful of suggestions. Whoa. There we go. Okay. Of where you can get your vitamin sources. Okay. I think a lot of us kind of know where to get our vitamin C sources, but some of the other ones can be a little bit tricky to manage. Okay. So vitamin A sources, you can see that is a huge list. Apricots, broccoli, carrots, squash, kale, lettuce, pumpkin, spinach, sweet potatoes, tomatoes. So many great sources to get your vitamin A. Okay. And then vitamin C, we know, is our oranges and our kiwi, our fresh fruits, our blueberries, blackberries, our green leafy veggies, our citrus fruits such as grapefruits, lemons, limes, mangoes, peppers, strawberries, that one's in there again. Vitamin D sources, All right, so vitamin D, if you are eating a plant-based or vegan diet, you may want to consider drinking fortified plant-based milks or eating fortified foods with vitamin D in order to get enough, or taking a very high quality supplement. Otherwise, you can also get it from salmon, tuna, basically fatty fish, egg yolks as well as another really great source of it. But it is good to note that the vitamin D sources in egg yolk is actually a fortification. So it's not happening naturally. That has been added into the feed of the chickens that you're then eating. So and of course, sunlight. Sunlight is one of your best ways to do it, right? We already learned that it energizes our T cells. It really charges and fires up our immune system. And the easiest way to get enough sunlight basically is having your arms and legs exposed for about 15 minutes a day in high sun, okay? Anything more than that, you start to run into, of course, other health issues and risks. But on a regular basis, that's how you can be getting vitamin D, okay? Vitamin E sources. This one is a little bit less known. So almonds, asparagus, avocados, Brazil nuts, broccoli, that one's in there again. Like it's amazing what you can get from food, okay? Fortified cereals, hazelnuts, spinach, sunflower seeds, walnuts, even wheat germ. So again, you're welcome to take a screenshot of this picture if that will help you kind of navigate what to eat on a regular basis. And I'm just going to move into something else. Now you're probably thinking, okay, great. Now that you've told me what I need to take, I'm going to run to the store and get myself a multivitamin, right? And I would discourage you from doing that, okay? So the thing about multivitamins versus real food, okay? Multivitamin is a synthetic chemical that has been highly concentrated in large doses into a single convenient capsule. And what this does when you ingest it is that, unfortunately, your body doesn't recognize it as a true source of nutrient because it hasn't come from our fuel source of food. And so what happens is our body actually recognizes a lot of it as an invader and flushes out a lot of it as a toxin. And so we don't always absorb efficiently, effectively, or even well the nutrients or the vitamins in a multivitamin, okay? Now, if you are working with a doctor and they are recommending this, I do not, like I mentioned earlier, I don't recommend that you go against your doctor's recommendations, but understanding how you can support your body on a regular basis through food is very important, because food is our natural nutrient source, which means what? It means that our body recognizes the nutrients inside of the food, okay? And that means it absorbs it. That means it absorbs it not just well, but in the amount that it needs. So you're not overdoing it in the type, basically you can't overdose on whole food nutrients, okay? So there's no warning label on your food. Whereas if you look at your multivitamins, you're most likely going to see a warning label that says not to take more than X number of them a day, not to take them with certain medications, not to take them within a certain time period of maybe drinking coffee or alcohol or other vitamins and minerals. So that's the really interesting thing, right? Between the difference between looking at synthetic vitamins versus real whole food fuel source nutrients that our body not only just absorbs well and takes in what it needs, but it also looks at those nutrients in the various ratios that it needs and works in reaction with each other, okay? It's a phenomenally amazing process that happens within our bodies. So I strongly encourage you, looking at this suggestion page here again, think about how can you be adding these fruits and vegetables and foods to your diet on a daily basis so that you are getting these at a cellular level, right? And one of the easiest ways to do that, one of the most convenient ways that I recommend as a nutritionist personally, is through the Juice Plus capsules, okay? And as you can see here, they are concentrated whole food plant-based nutrition from more than 30 fruits, vegetables, berries, grains, and oils. And we've already discussed how and why these are supporting our body at a cellular level, the food specifically, right? So you can see here, beets and prunes and mangoes and peaches and apples, broccoli. We already heard that one several times tonight. Rice bran, carrots, parsley, garlic. What else do we have on there? Blueberries, blackberries, pomegranates, Concord grapes, lemon peels and oranges, kale, spinach, tomato. These are all, fruits and vegetables that are supporting our immune system. And then, of course, there is the vegan omega blend on the side here that is also, as I talked about, the EFAs are essential for building that strong immune support, particularly for children. Then, of course, you could look at adding some of the shakes to that, okay? So this right here, I'm just going to backtrack here. These are going to help you support your body at a cellular level, okay? There are over 35 published research studies that are showing that these are positively affecting and influencing the body at a cellular level. And so adding these gives you that extra protection, that extra boost, and that peace of mind knowing that even on days when you really just, you aren't eating the way that you should be, or you're still working towards your nutrition goals, you are getting over 30 fruits, vegetables, berries, grains, and oils into your body at a cellular level daily to support your immune system, okay? Now, of course, you could always add the convenience factor of the shakes. These are vegan shakes. They are made from a plant-based protein blend. Each serving has 13 grams of plant-based protein, as well as a prebiotic fiber. And that prebiotic fiber is helping you build a healthy gut. So this is why I recommend this one as well, okay? Building that healthy gut, we talked about how it is providing our body the opportunity to build, store, regulate, create antibodies, building that powerful immune system, okay? Now, I just want to touch on a little bit of the research here because this one is so, so cool. Now, I mentioned that there were over 35 published studies, okay? This is just the recap of one of the studies that was done on the Juice Plus products in regards to immune system, okay? So I believe there were actually 3 studies completed. So separate studies were conducted on healthcare professionals who have direct patient contact, on young law school students who were law school students because it was the most stressful program in university or in college that students can go under. And so they wanted to take people who were most likely to get sick or have weakened immune systems due to the overwhelming stress of the program, okay? So young law school students. They also studied an elderly population and athletic men, okay? The combined results of those studies show that the Juice Plus capsules reduced the severity of upper respiratory challenges, reduced missed workdays, and increased the number and activity of immune cells circulating in the body. I'm going to read that again. They increased the number and activity of immune cells circulating in the body, okay? They have positively, scientifically shown that they are boosting the immune system. That is amazing, okay? It's a no-brainer right there. Now, after all these tips I've shared with you, you're probably thinking like, holy, like, I don't even know where to start. Where would I even make it possible? Like, how could I even make it possible to actually adopt that healthy living lifestyle, right? And that's why I want to introduce you to the Shred 10, because it's really focusing on 10 core concepts that are going to support your body internally at a cellular level to build a healthy immune system, okay? You're adding more plant foods, like we talked about, that are supporting your immune system. You're adding the Juice Plus capsules that are scientifically shown to support your immune system, adding those shakes to build a healthy gut. You're drinking plenty of water, which is flushing out toxins, taking 10 deep breaths and reducing stress, getting good quality sleep so that you can build your antibodies, and exercising most days so that you are circulating that immune system, okay? And then you're looking at 5 concepts that are, harmful or weakening our immune system, such as caffeine and alcohol, overeating. So here it says eating after 6 p.m., but really that's just to cut off to identify a fasting window, right? Because when we are fasting, our body starts to heal and repair itself. And if we're not healing and repairing, we are just running the circle, okay? We're just running the rat wheel. Reducing processed foods, gluten and dairy, artificial and refined sugars. Now, you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, Jen, like now you're just taking it way out of the park here, because now I have to do all that and make sure I'm eating well and working out. But let me tell you, let me break it down so it's really simple for you, okay? The shred has amazing results when you participate, okay? You crave more fruits and vegetables. You have a healthier weight. You have a better recovery from workouts. You have improved sleep, okay? Increased energy, improved regularity, increased mental clarity, because your body is no longer trying to overcome the toxins within your body. Instead, it is now actually functioning well, okay? But here's where it gets really simple, okay? The shred has everything that you need to be successful. It has a shred guide ebook, which has success tips, education, healthcare professional recommendations, recipes, even a snack list, okay? It has a private community support group where we are, posting our challenges, we're posting our goals, we have accountability, we have recipe books, I have meal plans, we have workout videos, okay? Like we are, as a community, keeping each other accountable and focusing on our goals, okay? And that's what makes it easy and fun, okay? Because if it's not fun, what's the point? But having friends in there, that's what makes it fun. And you're more likely to, meet your goals and be successful and challenge yourself when you have that support and those people along with you for that journey. So I want to say to you, imagine if for just a few dollars every day, you could be protecting and building your and your children's immune system with ease and convenience. How would that change your life? How would it change your life if for just a few dollars a day, you could be protecting and building your immune system? Okay, so this here is the price list of the Juice Plus products here in Canada. And for those of you who are new to the call, who have not been here before, you may not actually know this, but you can see here, there are the Healthy Starts labels, okay? And the Healthy Starts program is really, really great, because what it means is that for every adult order of these 3 products, your child gets the Juice Plus gummies for free, okay? So you are building your immune system and your children's immune system for literally just a few dollars a day, and your child is free, okay? That's a really huge deal. So how would that change your life? What kind of peace of mind would it give you to know that at a cellular level, no matter what you're doing on the outside, you're protecting your body? And then, of course, I want to share with you one more thing here, okay? If my screen would change here. Oh, no, I guess that's it. Yep. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, there is actually a promotion running right now that if you sign up on the Healthy Starts program, so that's your adult order and the free gummies for your child, you will also get a free pouch of the complete protein powder, which, as we talked about earlier, is building your healthy gut, okay? So that's a really great way to give it a try. And then it comes with a recipe book. So there are so many ways to use this powder. It's not just about smoothies, but you can do cakes, you can do pancakes, you can do pudding, you can do cookie dough, you can do energy bites. So many great ways to use powder, and it's free if you are enrolled for a Healthy Start, okay? Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just open up the floor to any conversation or any questions that we may have. And of course, I would like to thank all of you for being here as well. I really appreciate your time.